Another kind of problem I worked on was this. We had to do lots of calculations, and we did them on Marchant calculating machines. By the way, just to give you an idea of what Los Alamos was like, we had these Marchant computers, hand calculators with numbers. You push them, and they multiply, divide, add, and so on, but not easily like they do now. They were mechanical gadgets, failing often, and they had to be sent back to the factory to be repaired. We decided that the big problem, which was to figure out exactly what happened during the bomb's implosion, so you can figure out exactly how much energy was released and so on, required much more calculating than we were capable of. A clever fellow by the name of Stanley Frankel realized that it could possibly be done on IBM machines. The IBM company had machines for business purposes, adding machines called tabulators for listing sums, and a multiplier that you put cards in, and it would take two numbers from a card and multiply them. There were also collators and sorters and so on. So Frankel figured out a nice program. If we got enough of these machines in a room, we could take the cards and put them through a cycle. Everybody who does numerical calculations now knows exactly what I'm talking about. But this was kind of a new thing then, mass production with machines. We had done things like this on adding machines. Usually you go one step across, doing everything yourself. But this was different, where you go first to the adder, then to the multiplier, then to the adder, and so on. So Frankel designed this system and ordered the machines from the IBM company because we realized it was a good way of solving our problems. I was asked to stop working on the stuff I was doing in my group and go down and take over the IBM group. I had a very good group. The real trouble was that no one had ever told these fellows anything. The Army had selected them from all over the country for a thing called Special Engineer Detachment, clever boys from high school who had engineering ability. They sent them up to Los Alamos, they put them in barracks, and they would tell them nothing. Then they came to work, and what they had to do was work on IBM machines, punching holes, numbers that they didn't understand. Nobody told them what it was. The thing was going very slowly. I said that the first thing there has to be is that these technical guys know what we're doing. Oppenheimer went and talked to the security and got special permission so I could give a nice lecture about what we were doing, and they were all excited. We're fighting a war. We see what it is. They knew what the numbers meant. If the pressure came out higher, that meant there was more energy released, and so on and so on. They knew what they were doing. Complete transformation. They began to invent ways of doing it better. They improved the scheme. They worked at night. They didn't need supervising in the night. They didn't need anything. They understood everything. They invented several of the programs that we used. So my boys really came through, and all that had to be done was to tell them what it was. As a result, although it took them 9 months to do 3 problems before, we did 9 problems in 3 months.